North Carolina Vinyl Picker here, Sunday night. Got a fresh 50 for you. Still going through my collection. I was hoping to get this thing wrapped up, but they just keep coming. The records keep coming. And I got more records this week. I want to show you the ones I've picked up. And it looks like I'm going to be doing a record show in September. So more details to come on that. That's huge news. Okay, let's get right into the vinyl finds that I found this week. And how about some Cat Stevens? I did not have this one. This is early Cat Stevens, Matthew and Sons. I was glad to find this one and pick this one up for a few bucks. Went to an antique mall and found that one. And found this one too. But as you can see, the corner, see a little better this side. The corner's kind of chewed on. It might have been a rat or a mouse or something. Or maybe a cat. But the vinyl is really nice. And this is a Kansas album I didn't have. Now I got to find Song for America. If I can find that one, I pretty much got all the Kansas I want. This one here is called Two for the Show. And it has a lot of their hits on this. I seen Kansas open up for Marshall Tucker. Or did Marshall Tucker open for Kansas? It was one or the other. I got the stub. I think it was my very first concert I ever saw. And that was in Passaic, New Jersey. And what a great show that was. How about Heart, Dog and Butterfly? I did not have this in my collection. I do now. Great album. Give this a listen later. How about Dixie Dregs? After the Free Fall here. Free Fall. This is the Dixie Dregs album I didn't have. Now I have the complete what I want to have of their discography. This one here I was really happy to find. Found this in the antique mall up in Banner Elk, North Carolina. And this is the record store day release of David Bowie, the mono and the stereo version of his first album together on blue vinyl. And one of them's blue, one of them's red, I believe. So that's pretty cool. I was glad to find this one. This one here I found online, actually. I got it from, where did I get this from? Got it off of eBay for $5 with the shipping. Pete Sinfield, who was the lyricist for King Crimson, and also did some work with Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And Greg Lake is actually on this album. He sings on one of the songs. And the first song on side one here is the Song of the Sea Goat. 6 minutes long. It's an incredible song. It's one of the nicest, prettiest songs I've ever heard. It's a great album. And to have it, this was a kind of like a grail for me. But the cover's a little bad. The guy said he was cleaning out a house. And he came across a bunch of records. So I was able to get this one here. I should have went ahead. I need to go back in and see what he has left from that collection he found. But this was $5. Nobody probably even knew who this was. It's on the Manator label. Anything on that, you know, it's going to have something to do with Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's what PFM was on that label too. Went to Barnes and Noble today and seeing The Dreaming there, and it was like $22. The remaster, so I had to pick this up. This is my favorite Kate Bush album. I'll have to give this a spin. Now I'll take my other copy of The Dreaming, and that's going to go to the record show. See how that works? Coming in, going out. I watched a guy the other day. He went to a record show, and I've heard this before, that he brought his wife or his girlfriend with him. They watched the table as he went around and bought more records, and he left with this. He paid $50 for the table, and then he ended up spending all the money that he got for that day on more records. So he didn't came out of there. How about this one? This one here is hot off the press. Neil Young and Crazy Horse. This is the new album, of course, Toast. I've been wanting to get this one. This seems like Neil Young's got a new album, comes out every week. I got those, and I found this today. I had the sleeve, but I didn't have the actual 45 of the Knack. So I'll take the sleeve and take that to the record show, and somebody's probably going to want the sleeve, because someone told me that the sleeves are sometimes worth more than the actual album, the 45 that's in the sleeve. This one, I found this one here for $1. Yeah, Christy McVie. That's a nice one there from her self-titled album. So I found this at an antique mall. Yeah. All the 45s were, no, they were 50 cents. That's what they were. And I found this one, Olivia Newton-John, If Not For You. And that's on the UNI. And I got all these stickers on there, but I don't know how to get them off. Someone said you can use lighter fluid, but I might have to try that. Then I found this one here. It's called I Honestly Love You. This is a promo. And this was in another sleeve, a white sleeve that had no writing on it. So I said, well, I got to look inside of this one. So I pulled it out, and it was this one here. And then I just put it in a different sleeve that I have. So that's pretty cool. You know, I like Olivia Newton-John and Christy McVie, and then My Sharona, and then Kate Bush, and then Tori Amos, and then Taylor Swift, and then the list goes on and on and on, and Carly Simon. So I think I'm ready here. Let's do the Fresh 50. So we're up to, what are we up to? We're up to the S's. We're up to the S's. So how about some Simon and Garfunkel? This is their final album they did together. And this is a great album. Bridge Over Troubled Water. How about this band? I don't have their first album. This is Sky. This has Tristan Fry, has Francis Monkman, has all kinds of people in this band. It has, who else is in this band? Hang on, I'm going to tell you. Herbie Flowers, he plays drums. Well, maybe I'm not going to tell you. Hang on. Sorry about that. You tell I'm ready to go here. Okay, here we go. John Williams on guitar. Kevin Peake on guitar. And Kevin Peake has some solo albums that are just incredible. Tristan Fry, Herbie Flowers, and Steve Gray. And that's Sky. This is their third album, Sky 3. And the one I showed you before that was Sky 2. So that's pretty cool. That's a good band. It's a really good band, matter of fact. Then we have Sky 4. And Sky is a band that was real popular in the 70s and early 80s. And they did a lot of classical music, and they mixed classical with rock, kind of like what Keith Emerson was doing. These five guys are so talented. If you don't know the band Sky, you need to pick up some of their records. This is a jazz outfit, fusion, called Skywalk. And they have a bunch of records. This one here is called Silent Witness. I have a lot of these on CD as well. I can't take everything to the record show, then I wouldn't have nothing. How about this one, The Bohemians? That's Skywalk as well. Anybody knows, this was a really good outfit. And then we got Southern Hillman Fury Band. The Southern Hillman Fury Band. These guys are really good. The first album is really good. And then I picked up their second album, and it wasn't so good. This one here. I didn't really care for this one too much. Trouble in Paradise. Trouble in Paradise because they were all infighting, and then they broke up. So that's a good name for the album. I may just let this one go. Not keep that one. Special effects. This is a jazz outfit. Fusion jazz. Now Spirit. Everybody knows Spirit. I have quite a few of their records, and they're all great. Here's Clear. Spirit Clear. Here's 12 Dreams of Dr. Sigarnius. Probably my favorite Spirit album. Randy California. Jay Ferguson. Here's Feedback, Spirit. Here's The Family That Plays Together. Here's Future Games. There's Randy California right there. Everybody knows the story about Taurus and Led Zeppelin. Here's Spirit Live. Here's Spyro Gyra, The Morning Dance, another jazz outfit. You know, there's a trend in my music. There's lots of jazz and jazz fusion. But the jazz that I like is not the jazz of the 50s and the 60s. The jazz I like are the jazz from the 70s going into the 80s, the fusion jazz. Here's another Spyro Gyra album, Alternating Currents. Here's Stanley Jordan, a very underrated guitar as far as I'm concerned. This album's called Magic Touch. His albums are pretty easy to find. Here's another Stanley Jordan album, Flying Home. Cornucopia, Stanley Jordan. Stanley Clarke, self-titled album, still in the S's. Maybe we'll get to the T's tonight. Maybe we won't. We'll see. Stanley Clarke, another of his albums, Journey to Love. Stanley Clarke, School Days. If this bass could only talk, Stanley Clarke. Star Castle. Were they a Yes ripoff? They sound a lot like Yes. These guys were on Epic Records. These guys were good. The first two albums. Maybe the third one, Citadel. I don't have the third one, but that one there, and then Fountains of Light. This one here is probably my favorite. And then they did a third one, and then they did a fourth and a fifth, but from what I hear, they're not very good. Never going to go down that rabbit hole with Steely Dan. And we're in the S's, aren't we? There you go. Can't Buy a Thrill. That was given to me from Stoner. Yeah, Stoner sent me this record. And thank you very much, Mr. Stoner. And here's the Countdown to the Ecstasy. Steely Dan. And Pretzel Logic. I have a complete Steely Dan. I just don't have their greatest hits album. Here's Katie Lied. Here's The Royal Scam. Here's Asia. Gaucho. Steps Ahead. There's a jazz outfit. New York City. New York City. Mike Maneri's in this band. Tony Levin, Steve Smith. There's all kinds of people in these, that plays with Steve Kahn, another guy playing on saxophone. These guys are great. Steps Ahead. I need to listen to the little Steps Ahead. Stephen Stills, first solo album. We're going to get to the T's here tonight. Doing this 50. This one here I just picked up for $1 or $2 a couple of weeks ago. Stephen Stills' second album. Did not have that. And then of course we got Manassas with Chris Hillman's in here, Dallas Taylor, and some other people. I just missed getting the second album, the Manassas' second album. I passed it up. I should have picked it up. But I like Manassas. Here's another Steps Ahead album, Modern Times. Put this with that other one. Looks like we're going to get into the Steve Hackett. I got quite a bit of Steve Hackett. Here's Voyage of the Acolyte, his first solo album. He was still in Genesis when he made this album, 1976. He didn't leave Genesis till a year later, after Wind and Weathering, and that's when Genesis went in the crapper. They weren't prog anymore, put it that way. Then there were three. Should have been Then Were There None, and then they wouldn't have. How about Please Don't Touch? There you go. It's like Yes without John Anderson. No. Spectral Mornings. How about Clocks, The Angel of Mons? Steve Hackett. 12-inch. Defector. Love Defector, man. I need to play that. That's a great album. Here's Cured. Someone said that was when he was getting into cocaine, and then he was cured. He got off the stuff. Highly Strung. Love this album. I just picked this one up not so long ago, like a couple weeks ago. Found it for $5. Here's the EP, 12-inch EP from that album I just showed you. We're going to end with Steve tonight. Till We Have Faces. Picked this up at the record show that I'm going to be actually bringing my records to. Not all my records, just the ones I'm getting rid of. That's another story. Steve Hackett Live. This is on brown vinyl. This is pretty cool. I'll show you. See that? This is pretty good. This Camino Royale, Please Don't Touch, Every Day. I've never seen this record again since I found it. I don't even remember where I got it. I've had it for a while. Oh, okay. Steve Hillage from Gong and many other bands. Con and how about the Green? Steve Hillage Green. And Steve Hillage Motivation Radio. And this is a promo. Pretty cool, huh? That's it. That's the Fresh 50. So I'm glad we got through that. And looks like we're going to be going into the teas here tomorrow night. I'm going to try to do one every night this week and finish this up. Because I have 2 or 3 shows written down. And I want to get to them. And I'm not going to be able to get to them if I can't get to them. If that makes sense. So y'all have a great rest of your weekend. There's not much weekend left. It's already, 8:14 on the East Coast here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this video up. Hopefully it'll be up and running before I hit the bed. So y'all be good out there and support the troops. And we'll be talking to you soon. And make sure you guys are subbing up the Old Goat and Topper and Harry. Don't forget about Harry and Mary and the all them guys over there in Stoner's channel. He's got Jerry and he's got a couple new ones there too. I saw he has a great channel, Stoner Stash Box and the Old Goats vinyl, and there's so many more. 2 from the Trunk, Tony. I'm gonna make a list of my next tomorrow night, so I can give about 20 shout outs. How about that? We'll do that tomorrow night. So I don't plan on going anywhere this week except for I'm gonna go to a antique mall, I think one day this week up in, well, I'm going to say it's a honey hole, so I'm going to go ahead and hold that to myself and make sure. If anybody watches my video, they're going to know where I'm going. So, but anyway, yeah, I want to go to this antique mall. I haven't been there in a while. I want to circle around and see what they got, and see if anybody's dropped off anything good. And now that I'm putting some stuff aside for this record show that's coming up in September, so. Y'all take care. It's 20 minutes. I got it in 20 minutes. And if you like what you see, sub me up. Hit the bell. That way you'll know whenever I got another show coming up. You don't want to miss a show. And Thanks for all my new subs. I'm heading towards 400. I got 466. I mean 366. Heading to 400. So yeah. So I'm looking forward to this this new venture. The record show. It'll be my first record show. I used to sell records back in the day, actually, when I was in the Navy. And name of the I sold them in Goldmine magazine, and I was called Nursery Crime Records. Yeah, that's what I did. And that's how I sold a lot of my old collection. I sold them there. And then what I didn't sell there, I took them to a record store in Orlando during the big purge of the 90s, when everybody thought that CDs was better than sliced bread. And yeah, got every last one, went there. And then I took the remainder of what I had and took those to Park Avenue CDs, and I took the rest of my records there and traded them in there. And then got rid of every single piece of vinyl I ever owned. And then now we started all over again. But at least I didn't do it 3 times. Somebody in the vinyl community, this is the 3rd time they're doing it. I ain't going to mention no names. You know who you are if you watch my channel. So, y'all have a good rest of your night, and we'll be talking to you soon. Bye for now.